Hi Orchid family. Something magical happened and I wanted to share that with you. I got a box in the mail. There are two lovely people that have said to send me plants, orchids or other plants, and I received one package in the mail. And it was really late and I wasn't home when it arrived, so they dropped it off at the neighbor, and the neighbor was home late, so I think about 9:45 Barry picked up the package from the neighbors, and I didn't know who it was from and how long it was in transit, so I skipped filming the unboxing because I wasn't sure the plants were alive and I wasn't sure what it was. And I didn't want to film something and then seeing the plants didn't survive, and that would just make me sad, and I didn't want to film that. But they were alive, and I got, without further ado, I got two orchids from the king of petalums and phragmipediums, and I'm really, really, really honored. I got a handwritten note, and yeah, they had a little cold damage, at least that's what I thought it was, and so I unpacked them, and I made sure that they went from a room with 19 degrees to a room to 21 degrees to a room with 24, 26 degrees here in my grow room, because at the moment, oh, it's only 20, there was no sun out. I haven't potted them up yet. I'm gonna do that now. I'm really nervous about it because I don't want to mess it up. First is a Garen Weaver, Phragmipedium. Garen Weaver, can you see that? No, come on, focus. I'm not sure if it's focusing. I don't think so. Come on. Well, anyway, it's a Phragmipedium Garen Weaver, and it's the one. I will post a picture of the flowers up, and if I wasn't mistaken, this is the one with pink flowers. I'm sorry, I'm feeling really sick. I think I've got a stomach bug, and it's a holiday weekend. We have St. Nicholas coming to Holland. It's a children's holiday. It's actually the original Sinterklaas. Before Coca-Cola did the Sinterklaas, it actually derived from our St. Nicholas. And it's a saint from Turkey. He freed slaves over here, and then he made sure children got fed and got clothes, and it's a very old tradition, and there's a lot of controversy with it, but it's a really, really, really big thing here in Holland. So I'm gonna take the moss that it came in, I'm gonna take that off. But look at the root system, and it's really, really long. And I talked a lot with Ed about phragmipediums, because I have one that's over there. Can you see that? And he said that because phragmipediums want to have the roots down, you need a very tall pot. This pot is about 21 centimeters. That's about 10 inches, I think. Something like that. 9 inches. So if you can see, if it's flush with the pot, it has a tiny bit of room left to grow. I got two of those. Actually, this came with the roses that I bought about 10 years ago. There's a little bit of small damage on the leaves, but that's normal. Especially when you think about the fact that they crossed over the North Sea and the English Channel to arrive here. So that's one. Put that down. Okay, and the second one. Oh, this one is. I cried when I got this. There was paper around it, and it's ginormous. It's really, really big, and it's Phragmipedium Ainsworthii. I'm doing this, but I know you can't read it. Doesn't matter. Trust me, it's a Phragmipedium Ainsworthii, and it has lots of new growth, and it has a flower spike. It's multifloral. I believe I forgot to do my homework. I think this one is the one with the very, very long sepals. It has a very nice root system. Everything is still firm. Even though it got a little bit of cold damage, you can see it still has green root tips. I don't know how to show that. It really makes me happy and lucky and blessed, and to receive something special like this. You all know that I'm a big sob and a big emo. I cry a lot, and I feel a lot. But look at just look at the magnificence of this plant. It has one new growth over there, one new growth over there. That's two. A third one coming. Fourth, 4 new growths and 3 big fans. This is a really big orchid. It's a very beautiful orchid, and I just want to say thank you. I'm gonna pause now and get my act together and make a mix to repot them in. I will be right back, okay? Bye. Hello Orchid family, here I am again. Well, I composed myself. Cheyenne had a blast. She went and met St. Nicholas, gave him flowers and a drawing, I think, and a hand, and she was really impressed. It's like, it's the same thing as with your kids and Santa, and him coming through the chimney and giving presents and going to the shopping mall and waiting in line to sit on his lap. And actually what we do, we have a parade. But anyway, Cheyenne had a blast. I'm still feeling rather under the weather and rather sick. Making me more emotional, and me crying for 20 minutes while I repot is actually not something I think you will want to see. So no makeup, no hair, no fancy hair, it's just bad hair. And I wanted to show you my mixture. I'm gonna take the camera and gonna show you. Okay, so here we go. I have 2 parts kiwi bark. It's medium to small. I have 1 part perlite, 1 part charcoal, and 2 parts sphagnum, and 4 eggshells. Phragmipediums, they like to have an alkaline soil, but they also like to stay wet. There are 3 types. What I understand, there are 3 types of Phragmipediums, 3 types of watering methods. That's dry, moist, and wet. And there are a few species. And I made a tiny little list. It says that on the dry side, water when completely dry, if it's a species or a derivative of a caudatum, you want to keep your Phragmipedium moist, evenly moist if it's a cross or a species of a Besseyi or Wallisii, and wet in 1 inch of water everything else. So 1 species needs to be dry. That's the one that grows onto rocks in Mexico. The one that's moist is the one that grow into trees. That's are the epiphytes. That's the Besseyi and the Wallisii. And the ones that you need to keep wet in 1 inch of water, that are the ones that grow semi-terrestrial. Not really, but they grow, their roots are underwater for the rain period. So both of them need to be in 1 inch of water. And it's very important Phragmipediums get watered with pure water, like RO water, clean rainwater, stuff like that. And also they like a lot of alkalinity. In England you have large perlite, the gross tone, and limestone chippings. I looked online, and in the garden centers I cannot find limestone chippings, so, or oyster shell. So what I have is eggshell, and what I'm going to do is order calcium. I'm gonna sprinkle calcium on top of the media. What I can do actually, I can take one of my daughter's chalk sticks, the regular white ones, crush that up, because that's calcium, and I can sprinkle that on top of the media and water that in. So okay, yeah, so we talked about their preference. They want to stay moist. Because they want to stay moist, I'm gonna put sphagnum in there, because they're used to standing in leaves and debris and stuff like that, but they don't like to be in an acidic soil. So therefore or standing water. So you need, if you keep them in 1 inch of soil, 1 inch of water, make sure you refresh that water every week. Just refresh that as often as you can. I have charcoal in there to make sure it's not too acidic, and to make sure to purify the water. I have perlite to aerate the mix with the sphagnum. And sorry for the gardening nails, I've had to repot some stuff. And the kiwi bark. The kiwi bark is going to be a bitch to keep moist during the first few weeks. I'm really happy that it's mixed in with sphagnum, and I'm going to keep it in water. So let me just pause the video, mix it up, and show you the mix and start repotting. I will be right back. So I mixed, can you see that? Well, I mixed everything of the trays in the bowl. It's actually kind of hard to mix together perfectly. So this is the mix I have. How am I going to show you? So it's, I think it's kind of evenly mixed, don't you think? So let's see if I can get it into the pot. I'm gonna fast forward this process. Let's start with the Aaron Weaver. I'm not sure if I'm gonna put some big charcoal lumps that I kept aside. I'll put that in the bottom, just a few to crock it up, to make sure stuff doesn't fall out. I'm going to layer that with a tiny bit of sphagnum, because that will keep all the perlite in, and all the small bits of eggshell. This way they don't fall out, and they can decompose, I guess. Okay, this one has 3 new growths, 1 fan, and a tiny new growth. You don't want to pot them too low, because if you pot them too low, Fragmipediums are, Ed told me that they're prone to rot. But anyway, please correct me if I'm wrong. I'm just telling you what I read online. Nothing is from my own experience. The only thing I have in my own experience is that I keep it in 1 inch of water. 1 inch is 2.5 centimeters. I use strictly rainwater. I use nothing else. I still think it's scary. Still think these plants are scary to me. I don't want to kill them. I don't want to do it wrong. They seem very much more susceptible for mistakes. If you don't pot them up high enough, they don't grow roots. If you pot them too high, they get rotten. It's really hard to know what's too much and what's enough. So for me, in my head, it's just scary. I think that's why I waited to repot them and took my time acclimatizing them. And I hope I'm doing it right. I hope Ed can be proud of me for using rose pots. I hope they grow on and I can make him proud, just like Roger's orchids. For me, it's a really big honor getting these. It's such a show of support and friendship that it actually makes me cry. And I'm not gonna cry again. It just it does mean a whole lot to me, and I am probably way more emotional than anybody is used, and way more open about their feelings. And so I can understand that it can be uncomfortable for people to watch, but yeah, it means the world to me. I wish it was a little, I think it's plenty stable. I'm not sure if it's high enough, so I'm gonna show you. This is the Memorial Garen Weaver, back side, front side. Oh Christ, I will show you. I will turn around the camera when I'm done and I will show you. They're not smack in the middle as I wanted to, but I didn't want to disturb the roots, and I just placed them in a natural order. I also left almost all the media on the roots. I didn't clean anything. I'm gonna clean up this mess. I'm gonna turn around the camera and I'm gonna show you the result. Be back in a sec. I'm keeping them in 1 inch of water, just like I said. And so they're being rinsed with about 2, 4, 6, maybe 8 liters of water. This is the Garen Weaver, and this is the back actually. This is the front. I think I'm going to put the label in the back. And look at that. So the soil, I remember I actually did have some grow stone from an orchid that I got, and there were grow stones in, so I put boiling water over them. But I think if I just get a chalk stick and grind it up, it's the same. It's just as porous. But as you can see, there's a tiny growth over there. So I made sure not to bury that one. So it has 2 growths and one promising growth. So that's gonna be over there. Then we have the Ainsworthii. And I'm just gonna pan out. You see that flower spike? That makes me so happy. Ed, you perfect gentleman. Thank you so much. I can't wait to see what it does. I hope it doesn't abort. I will make sure I find some blood and bone meal, because that's what it's used to get. There's one new growth, the second new growth. The problem is the light is right behind me, so it's really hard to film in the evening and at night, and I'm waking up everyone. So I didn't bury it that far. Let me see. I just found the grow stones, so I just threw them in there, or else I would have put them in the middle. This is actually also a young growth. It's not that old yet. The fan is not that big. So it has 1, 2, 3 older fans. This is the one that flowers. This one already flowered. And the other... Oh, there's a leaf completely in the way. I wasn't looking. I can't see. But anyway, so this is let me say this is a teenager, and we got 2 babies. And there's a bun in the oven. That's not even a baby yet. That's the promise of a baby. So yeah, I'm really happy. The leaves are really stiff and really hard, but they're less droopy. When I got it, they were hanging all the way down, and now they're way more up and happy. It's hard to see with all the other plants in the background, but I think it's hydrating. I think it's doing well. This is the one that worries me the most. It's so light, and it's very light. It just looks like it had cold damage, but I'm not sure. So we have a farmer's store somewhere here, and so I will see if I can get some blood and bone meal, because it has some spotting and it has some modeling on the leaves that I'm not sure if it should be there. So, and this one is still curled inwards. That's a sign of stress. That's a sign of dehydration. But then again, I'm not completely sure. That's it. Okay, this is the really big orchid, the Phragmipedium Ainsworthii that I got from Ed as a gift, just out of the blue. That's amazing. It's awesome. It's pretty. It's gonna be humongous. This Phragmipedium is gonna be really wide. It has a really big leaf span, but I just tidied all this to have space for specimens like this. And look at this one. Isn't it just dainty? Oh, and I also wanted to show you this novel here. This is just when I sit here and work here and I look at this tiny little succulent garden. It just makes me happy, and I just wanted to show you that. So yeah, I'm happy. I'm emotionally drained. I'm spent. It's late. It's past bedtime. So I'm gonna say I hope you all had a very nice weekend. For everybody in Holland, fijne Sinterklaas. I want to say thank you all for watching. Thank you all for subscribing and being supportive, and thank you for sending me flowers for orchids. You're such a perfect gentleman. Thank you for that. It's very much appreciated, and it still leaves me gobsmacked, flabbergasted, and how you say it in English? Arse over tea kettle. Thank you very much. Bye. Rose out. See you in the next video. And as my daughter would say, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, and push on the bell down in the description so you won't miss any videos. I promised my daughter to do that the next time I made a video, so there you go. Bye everyone. Bye.